Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the hopeful elect. The title of this video will be called The Internet is Next, because I know they done put in some restrictions on YouTube as far as spreading information about the coronavirus due to, what's his name? David Icke. What's his name? I think that's his name. All right. So they got articles on that, but I want to get a scripture and then I'll play that video. This is Isaiah. Get the Isaiah 25 and 7. It says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people." So a mountain represents a strong government, a strong power in America. America is a nation that has thrived on hiding the truth from people. All right, through various means of how they manipulate the media. It says, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So when you spread a veil over something, you put it in the dark, or it's hidden. All right, and the truth of America's dealings have been hidden from the average person up until recent times. Now, you've always had whistleblowers throughout throughout the years. You have people write books, but now with the this platform of the internet, like the scripture in Daniel says, knowledge shall be increased. You got many areas of life is exposed, and a lot of truth is coming out. Whether it be vaccines and the ingredients that's put in them and how they're used to harm people. That there's knowledge much more readily available now of topics like that because of the internet. All right, and because of that, it's harder to people are waking up. People are waking up more and more and more. So what you're gonna see in this video is Esau's attempt to put people back to sleep. All right. So I'm gonna get this last scripture, then I'm gonna play the video. This is Psalm 64. Psalm 64 and 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the secret counsel of the wicked. They get together and they, verse 3, "who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." So they come up with these laws. They come up with these statutes and these directives, and they affect people like arrows, man. They affect people like swords, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They communicate of setting traps in privately, man. They say, "Who shall see them?" They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right, so you can see the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Like they really try to attack the situation from all angles. All right, and that's what we're going to see when I play this video.
Talking about not how to come together and help people suffering with disease, but instead talking about what new extreme measures to take when people spread any information that doesn't line up with their ultimate goal.
As levels of trust fall and people stop cooperating with response efforts. This is a massive problem, one that threatens governments and trusted institutions. National governments are considering or have already implemented a range of interventions to combat misinformation. Penalties have been put in place for spreading harmful falsehoods, including arrests.
We're at a moment where the social media platforms have to step forward and recognize the moment to assert that they're a technology platform and not a broadcaster is over.
And on various social media channels and cable networks, there's been some conspiracy theories that are around about the potential that pharmaceuticals companies or the UN have released this for their own benefit. So as we move forward, obviously trust in pharmaceuticals and government is very important at this moment.
And I think with the social media platforms, there's an opportunity to understand who it is that's susceptible in what form to misinformation. So I think there's an opportunity to collect data from that communication mechanism. The second thing is, with that ability, we can identify false information more quickly. We are actually receiving reports about people trying treatments that are purported to be effective but are actually harmful. And the quicker that's recognized and can be countered, the fewer people will fall susceptible to those things.
One thing we haven't spoken about, and I'm wondering whether it's time to talk about this, is a step up from the part of the governments on enforcement actions against fake news.
And they were clear what the ultimate truth that they would validate would be.
I think a couple of things we have to consider are, even before this began, the anti-vaccine movement was very strong, and this is something specifically through social media that has spread. So as we do the research to come up with the right vaccines to help prevent the continuation of this, how do we get the right information out there? How do we communicate the right information to ensure that the public has trust in these vaccines that we're creating?